Welcome to Wild Village Farm, where the chickens obey and gather on the front porch, and the dog takes naps with the cows. We have had such a great beginning to spring, but it has been a busy, busy past month. We've started soccer with our youngest for his first season. We've been working diligently in the garden. These are the little tomatoes that I put in before this last storm. And I have been trying all week to get out here. I don't know that they are going to make it. They have been whipped around and beaten to death by the wind. We're going to try to get some peppers and eggplants in here today.
We have spent way too many weeks. Every morning I get up and I have to feed all the chickens, the baby chicks. We have moved the meatbirds out to the garage, so I go out there, make sure they're safe, they have food, they have water. Check these guys that are inside, which we have 10 little chicks inside, and then the 9 meat chicks outside in the garage because of their smell. And then around lunchtime, I'll check them again, and if the weather's good, then we're gonna take them outside and put them in the outdoor coop until the sun goes down, so they have time to be outside in the sunshine and the wind, but it's still warm enough that they're not having any kind of stress from the cold weather. And then we get to do it again that night. Like the meat birds, I have to clean out their little brooder every single day. They just poop so much and it smells so bad. The other ones I can go a day or two and I can always just add more shavings and they're fine. So that's our process. So this is taking care of the 8 little layers, the bigger layers that we have that are inside. And then the 2 birds that we hatched from our incubator, and then the 9 meat birds that are living in the garage. Mama and Dad brought my grandparents over to celebrate her birthday, and we got a package. Paxton, did our package come?
Yes. Mom, why do I see some white stuff in here?
What do you think it is?
I found a banana and then I found a white.
Yeah, I threw some bananas in there early, like banana peels.
What's that little white?
That's the banana. It's like a piece of banana. Look, you want to see what's in here? You see them moving?
I see something moving.
You see them? Oh, there's. So we got a pound of these. Oh, they're so wiggly. Look.
Can I touch one of them?
Yeah, I think these ones are the red wigglers.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crawling out of my hair.
Yeah. And
Oh,
these
you
help.
just let them fall?
Yeah, I'm just putting them back in there because they're happy in there. We need to add a little moisture.
But we can still see them wiggle.
Okay, so those are the red wigglers, and they just eat. They're like little composters. And these are, they're wiggling. These are the night crawlers.
Oh, do they crawl at night?
I don't know why they call them that. You see how much bigger they are? I know they're huge.
This one is gigantic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wiggly.
Don't tell Daddy I had this on the table, okay?
Just so Dad looking.
Tell him Mom's making worms for dinner. So all of these are gonna help with our soil.
It's fine if we cut them in half.
Well, no, we don't want to cut them in half.
Hey, that just...
They'll do what they're gonna do, but we don't have to do anything like that.
Remember how your dad cut them in half, but he put the other half in the garden? I'm trying to wiggle.
You want to eat it?
You're not eating that.
Awesome.
Look, this part of its butt.
This is one of our steps. This is a small step to help with our composting and to help with our land, because I'm noticing we don't have a lot of little friends in the soil right now that help break stuff down, and so we want to add in the good.
Did you know worms could breathe underwater?
Some worms
Can. Ooh, Mom, look at this big one. Look how giant this one is.
Okay, spray a little more water in here because it's still pretty dry down here.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
And they need, yeah, they've got to have a little water. We don't want to drown them, but they definitely need water.
I need to spray
They've had
them
a
water.
long trip. We need to feed them, give them some good food to eat.
What
Like,
is,
that's the banana. I know, I keep looking at it going, what is that? Okay.
I think that's enough, right?
Okay. Did you spray the red wigglers?
Oh, I sprayed that a little bit. I didn't spray it too much. I didn't want to drown them.
That same weekend, wildfires broke out in our area. We've been under drought conditions for a while, burn bans, and then that weekend we had significant high winds. The fire closest to us was over at Fort Hood, and that burned over 33,000 acres.
All right, so our sweet potato, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a organic, just plain sweet potato. I bought sweet potatoes in bags at H-E-B, and this is what we have right now. We've got slips. I've just had them in some soil, and I've been watering it, and it is growing these slips that we're gonna cut off and put in water, make sure we have good roots, and then we're gonna get those into the garden soil soon for our sweet potato bed. Growing up, one of my favorite teachers, my 3rd grade reading and English teacher, Miss Stark, always said there was more than one right way to do things, that sometimes you have to do things differently if it works for you. And I realized the more and more as I grew up that finding what works for me is what's really important, especially when it comes to gardening, because if it's really, really hard, really difficult for me to get my hands on or to understand, or to get good results or consistent results, I'm not going to do it. Like, I just don't have the time or space in my mind to be able to do it. So I had researched several articles, but also several YouTubers and other people who are growing gardens and what is the best way to grow sweet potatoes. And this is what I have found works really well. And I had one guy who kind of showed different ways that he had done it, but this is what worked for him. And so as I'm tearing that off, you can see it's got little roots in it, and we're just gonna stick that in some water and give it a few days. It doesn't take very long. This has actually been on they like sweet potatoes like a warm environment to grow. And so this has been sitting under the grow lights, but also on a warming mat. And that has been producing all these little slips. Take you guys with me. I've got a little fun thing happening over here. So windy. I have a mama who is broody.
Goldie was broody for about 5 days. Then she decided she didn't want to be a mom anymore. My favorite thing about spring is the new life, the new plants, all the green, just the hope that is in germination of seeds and the eggs that are being laid and the plants that are breaking through that soil.
Eating. From where? Wow. You love spinach? Y'all grew that in your garden? I have been growing these asparagus from seeds since probably January, February, probably January. Let's be honest, I got a little bit excited. But I just prepared this soil. It's got sandy vermiculite, compost, just good garden soil. We've got some good worms in here. I'm gonna go get some more in a minute. But right now what I'm doing, I had grown these inside, and today I had been trying to harden them off, and then today what I've done is come in and dug holes to put them in so that they can start doing their thing in the garden bed. And this is year 1, and it takes a few years, usually about 3 years before you get a harvest, but right now it's just getting them to do their thing. But he's very upset with me. I've kept them in the area over there. What I'm going to do, I also had bought
some crowns. Oh, I don't know what that, I must have pulled that out of something. I bought some crowns to go into the ground. I just wanted to see if there's really a difference because these were so easy to grow. And I don't know if there really is a difference when you're doing this as far as transplanting crowns versus transplanting seedlings. However, I will say I somehow pulled that one out. So I will, this is more for my records, but it's something I thought I'd share with you. He's got blue bonnets. Oh, so exciting.
Mom, they're even over there.
Like farts.
What? It's funny.
Why are all the seeds on the bed?
Because I didn't mean to spray everything.
So, Mom had seeds out in the garden, and when I went inside, you got the water hose and went a little wild with the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what did we have to do? We had to do emergency seed drying, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping we got it. We had to use a lot of wet packets, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look how long those beans are.
I know. Are you excited about those?
Yeah, but why can't we find it? Every time we do one, they're like...
Well, we
can't
need to
even
get
get a
them in
bean.
the ground soon, and Daddy's going to help me build the trellis for those. Aren't those really cool? Looks like they're bigger than that boy.
One is.
Yeah. What did you plant today that you're super excited about?
I know we have blue bonnets.
What did you plant today, though?
Okay, let me think.
Why do you keep running away from me?
I can't remember what it's called, but I really love it.
Is it green?
Spinach!
Oh, I love that you love spinach. So we planted a lot of that between what plants?
Tomatoes.
Yeah. And what kind of crawly things did you plant tonight? Did you put worms in the garden? Yeah. All right. There's my dog sleeping with the cows again. There's more blue bonnets. It's my favorite time of year. And we've started incubating eggs. Our eggs came in to Paxton's class, and they're incubating in his class. Well, it's been a little while. I have not been able to video, mostly because we've been working so hard in the garden and trying so hard to get things done. And then dealing with all of the chicken life that's going on around here. It has been a little bit difficult to actually video and get things done and still work a full-time job. So right now I'm getting ready to take our daughter to college tour, and I realized that we've been having an issue. The meatbirds drink water so quickly that usually about noontime at lunch, I'll stop, I'll go out and I'll fill their water. They've got a 1 gallon water, and they've got 2 like half-gallon waters. But I've known that we needed to fix the problem, but it's just been, I've been home, it hasn't been as big of a deal. So I finally settled on a feeding or watering solution for them. And then I realized today I'm about to leave tonight, and they are gonna need that water tomorrow. So there won't be anybody here to fill their water at lunch and to go say hello. So we need to get that done. So I'm going to find the drill bit that I need for our bucket and get that taken care of. There is one thing I can tell you that will cause alarm for my husband when he walks in the evening, and it's this. If I leave this laying here, he will come in and say, "What did you do today?" This scares him, especially me using it. Not that I'm not capable of using it, but what did you put a hole in today? So we had talked for a while about doing a little better of a watering system with the bucket, and I've been reading, trying to decide if I wanted to go more with these kind of watering nipples, or the bottom of, they have some that you can actually put that drip more from the bottom, and that just seemed a little more difficult. And so the water systems that we have now, I feel like, are a little more dangerous. Water is like the one place that they can really get a lot of contaminants, and so the cleaner the water source, the better off we're going to be. And so I feel like this is a good idea. And I ordered these. It's the Rent-A-Coupe DIY chicken water kit. I just went on and bought this
I found them on Amazon. I know that they have their own website, the shop Rent-A-Coupe.com as well, but it comes with nice little instructions for if one looks like it's leaking, how to fix it. And you can also do this on PVC pipes. You don't just have to do it on a bucket. You can do it on big drums. There's some other options for it, but this is just what I'm gonna use right now. We do have a lot of chickens, and that's my thought is this summer, as it gets hotter, I wanna have a little better opportunity for them. We have been refilling throughout the day, and that's just not even, I mean, the best thing that I can do is be more efficient with my time, and not having to remember to water the chickens 3 and 4 times a day would be a much better use of my time. So this comes with, I ordered a 20 pack. They have different sizes. And it does tell you how to do it. And I'm not going to tell you that I read it. Drill holes 1 inch from bottom of bucket using a 5/16 or 11/32 drill bit. The 11/32 is the recommended, but most kits, like this little kit that we have, 5/16 was what they have. They don't have the 11/32. It says to make sure that the washer is placed at the end of the threads. So down here. Oh, and then I'm gonna use this to drill it into the bucket. How cool. So that will actually go into my drill. That's pretty awesome. 1 nipple for every 4 chickens, and there's 9. And I was just gonna go on and do 4 nipples on this because they act like crazy little birds whenever I need to give them their water. So you're gonna laugh at me. So when you're when you work in healthcare, one of the things that someone taught me is like learn to calibrate your fingers, like learn how much an inch is. And I did labor and delivery, so you actually learn dilatation, you learn centimeters, like this is 3 centimeters. So a little less than that is gonna be my inch mark. And I've always learned, I have like a line on my finger that's 1 inch. That's how I measure stuff. I'm sure in the farm world that helps too though. I don't feel like it doesn't happen. I'm gonna get this.
One reason I'm trying to walk you through this right now is a lot of times I don't do things because it looks too difficult or it looks too hard. Sometimes I don't do things because it's hard for me to make a decision. Was this the best decision? Were these the best nipples to use for this water? And so I just want you to know the reality when you're making decisions, especially for your livestock, for your animals, for your garden. It can be difficult and it can be daunting, and even creating a watering system for my chickens. Sometimes, I mean, it's taken me almost 2 years to do this and I've wanted to do it. It's just seemed too daunting. So I wanted to show you this actually was a pretty simple chore and task for me. Not something that took a lot of skill, but it took me deciding that it needed to be done.
With 2 people. I saw, who was it that I saw doing this? And it looked like he was able to push it in by hand. Because this is a little bit, I mean, I know you want it to be snug. It's a little bit bigger. Okay, you're in charge, not me. You got a hand screwed in the rest of the way. Okay. I didn't break it, so that's a plus.
We were supposed to leave about 5 o'clock that night to go to San Angelo for a college tour with our daughter. However, terrible storms came in. There were multiple tornadoes in our area. I was holding down the fort at home with the kids. 7 miles away, we had a tornado touchdown. 2 hours later, sky was clear. We had a fast and furious trip down to San Angelo. We had a really great college tour. It's so fun to hang out with my older children, and they're fun people. I like them. And then we hurried home so we can get back for chicken time.
She got her butt stuck in there and can't get out. And
Don't do it in here.
I have to because if I do it out there, the dog will get her. Come on, ding dong. Okay. Can you get out? Get out. Okay. I'm gonna take crazy.
So that same night that I showed you the storms before we left for San Angelo, about 30 miles below us in Salado, they had an F3 tornado hit. Initially, I thought these were subdivisions that were destroyed as we were driving by that Saturday morning, but what I realized was these were actually family units, entire moms, cousins, brothers, sisters. All of them, instead of living in neighborhoods, they had a plot of land. They had moved maybe a house or trailers or built houses or small dwellings, and that's what was wiped out. Some of these families, it's newer, nicer houses, but a lot of it is entire families who've lost their homes, and they can't go stay with their aunt or uncle or sister or brother because their house was also destroyed. So it was eye-opening to us how close this tornado hit and how just devastating in a matter of minutes this tornado was for the city of Salado. This just really brought home to us that this is our community. These are our people. We were able to spend some time that Saturday morning, my 15-year-old and I, to go down and help a friend tear down all the trees that had been destroyed and move them off the fence line so they could put their fence line back up and so that their cattle can be back in the front pasture again. But I'm so grateful for the lives that were spared in all of this. But man, there's a lot to do to rebuild. We're in this beautiful time in spring where the rains are coming and we need rain. We've been in a drought. I've got this beautiful 15-year-old who's almost 16, doing all the things, being helpful. We're getting more chickens, adding to our flocks. The snakes are coming out. My husband holding the baby chicks. adding fun little critters to our flocks. Not just because we have to have chickens, but also because there's just something really sweet about having chickens that bring joy and make us laugh.
Who is this?
Jewel. Her name's Jewel.
Hi, Jewel. You don't have to get her closer, baby. I can see her. Bring her back to your lap. Hi, Jewel. What kind of bird is Jewel?
Jewel is a fluffy.
A fluffy. She is a silky bantam, or a bantam silky.
Or a silky bantam.
Yeah, she can be one of those white, fluffy teddy bear chickens, right?
Hmm?
Yeah.
And then her sisters or her brothers are going to be...
We're not 100% sure what they are. We think they're probably white crested, purple, and blue. There you go, Polish chicks. We're not 100% sure. Because when you just grab them out of the assortment and Tractor Supply, you kind of get a surprise. And we're so excited about this surprise. I'm not gonna lie, I'm somewhat tempted to go get another Silky because she is so wonderful. Can you show her legs? Show us her legs. Jewel, show us your little furry legs. She's got little feathery legs. She's so cute.
This is more fur than feather.
Okay, put her back in there with the others.
If you can't tell, I'm slightly obsessed with our chickens, especially the chicks and these fun little ones. I still make sure to take time out. I hang out with our big chickens sometimes. Shelby's chicken, Goldie, she loves me the most. I'm pretty sure I just made a chicken soup joke. These are the teenagers. These are those layers that I had in the house forever. There's 10 of them. They're looking fantastic. My dog is annoyed. I think they irritate her. We have celebrated our 9th anniversary. April's a busy month.
So, typical Shelly fashion. I had ordered 20 Cornish, not Cross, Cornish Rock chickens. And we just recently, well, Saturday is actually process day for our 9 Cornish Rocks that were left from our Murray McMurray hatch. And they're looking good. They're huge. I'm just still kind of struggling with how they look, and maybe that's just something that takes getting used to, but I wanted to try something different. So I did go on. We have a local poultry shop. I say local, it's within an hour away, that does lots of different types of chickens, and they have, I think they probably do actually do the Cornish Rocks, but the Cornish Cross, but I really wanted to get Cornish Rocks and just see if that would be something to do. And I wanted to do it in a timely manner that I did it consecutively. That way I could really compare the two and just the experience. So they were supposed to come in. For whatever reason, these I couldn't pick up at the facility. They had to be shipped. And so they were going to come in next week, like Thursday or Friday. Well, I got a call yesterday, which was Wednesday, saying, hey, they're actually ready this week. Do you want them? And I'm like, sure. And so the lady was super sweet, super helpful. And she's like, okay, they should be there at the post office Thursday or Friday. Okay, that's fine. And I said, oh, I forgot to ask. Do y'all have geese? Can I get a goose? I really want a goose. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's fine. And so she just added it to my order, sent me a PayPal request. I paid for it yesterday. It was $3 and some change. And she's like, that will be ready next week. You'll need to come in on Wednesday afternoon, a little after 2 o'clock. It'll be ready. It'll be here at they do their pickup at a feed store, is what I'm trying to say. So I was like, oh, okay, that's great. So my plan was Thursday or Friday, I'm going to get a phone call. I'm going to go to the post office, pick up the 20 Cornish Rocks. And then next week on Wednesday, I will drive in and get this. I named him Ryan Gosling, our little baby goose. Well, I got a call this morning at 8:30 from the feed store in that town saying, hey, you didn't come pick up your birds yesterday. That's not how my conversation went with the lady, but that's okay. Super sweet. They're very accommodating. We can change, we can do whatever you want. We can do that. And I was like, no, if they're there, I'm coming to get them today. So, I have everything out. My brooder's not completely together. It's already 74 degrees right now here. We're fine. They're going to be fine. I'm going to not have any issues getting their brooder set up. But anyways, we're going to go meet Baby Ryan today. I'm super excited. So I went to Ideal Poultry in Cameron and got my Cornish Rocks. These are little Cornish Rocks. They're going to be little meatbirds, as you can see. Oh, hi, cutie. But this is what I am the most excited about right now. This is Ryan Gosling, our little baby goose. This is going to be our guard goose. And Ryan, whether it's a boy or a girl, but so cute. Holy moly. All right, you guys. Woo, it's a good day. think he wants to hold you. There's the wings. Come here, Ryan. Oh, good job, buddy. Are you flapping?
He almost flies.
Do your flapping practice.
Flapping practice and you'll get some. Mom, she's eating the floor. She's trying to peck the floor.
I am including this short snippet for a processing day. It is a part of living on the farm. We're growing our own food. My friend Jen came over, her first time to process. We processed 9 birds in a little over 5 hours. We've definitely come up with some plans for the next time. June, we've got another processing day for these 20 birds, and we're going to do things a little differently. Hopefully have a little more help now that we know what we're doing. But I just so appreciate her. I could not have done that without her on Saturday. I didn't realize how much work it would be to do 9. I've done 2 at one time before, but never that many. And it was quite an experience, and we have a freezer full of meat now. So I'm grateful for the food that we'll have this summer. And on a lighter note, I'll end with our goat yoga pictures. It was not relaxing, but it was definitely fun, and definitely we're doing it again.